Hi, everybody, and welcome to Saints Alive here on Time Warner Cable Sports. I'm Marissa Jacks, joined by the Siena men's head coach, Mitch Bonagero. Mitch, we have to get right to it. Let's talk about the big win for you guys against Iona. You said it was your biggest win and the team's biggest win in your year and a half as the head coach. No doubt about that. That was a phenomenal win. Just take us through that game again.
Well, when we look back on it, you know, with everything that happened in the game, you know, getting down 20-2, playing the #1 team, arguably in the league, they're one of the teams that can put you away. And you know, one of the things I learned from my former mentor, Rolly Massimino, is, you know, he always used to, in a timeout when the team was down a lot of points, you can't make up 18 points in one possession. It's got to be a steady 2-by-2, you know, get back in the game, which is what we were able to do. And then in the second half, I thought Iona got a little flustered. I thought they were playing kind of not to lose for whatever reason. They were usually not that kind of team, but Machado was out for some part of the game. I thought that hurt them. They started missing shots. We were playing the zone well. And then we played well on the offensive end. We made some big shots, in particular Kyle Downey, and were able to get a great win.
Kyle Downey, let's talk about him. He went out in the first half, foul trouble, didn't play maybe the last 8 or 9 minutes of the first half, but the team was still able to stay with Iona and continue to chip away. He comes in the second half and hits 2 huge shots. He hit that 3 from the top of the key to give you guys your first lead. Then less than a minute to go, you guys are down by 1, and he hits that jumper from the free throw line to put you guys up for good. How good for you was it to see Kyle Downey succeeding like that, but finally kind of getting the recognition that you've said all along he deserves?
Yeah, and I go back to what he did this summer, Marissa. You know, like I said, there was no one in the nation that worked harder than him on his game. Physically, taking 300-400 shots a day, being in the gym when it was really hot. Certainly came into the senior year knowing that he had to have a big year, and he's played all year with this resolve, you know, and just this, you know, we're never going to quit. Heart, I call it. He's a guy that plays with great heart. And as a coach, you love having players like that. You know, I would defend Kyle Downey. You know, people were saying to me, well, why'd you keep him in the game when he had 9 turnovers? He deserves to be in the game. He's earned that respect from me, from his teammates, and we're going to go as far as Kyle Downey and the seniors take us. So, you know, that's the way I coach. I'm very loyal to my seniors, and I certainly am very comfortable being loyal to Kyle Downey.
Welcome back to Saints Alive on Time Warner Cable Sports. Here's a look at the upcoming men's schedule. Hosting Marist on Friday, then at Ryder, then back at home taking on St. Peter's, and at Fairfield. First game here is Marist, the team that you guys have not seen.
You know, from what I remember from last year, they have good guard play, Devin Price. They brought in a good freshman, Siobhan Lewis, big kid inside Kemp. You know, they're a team that I think will play really well against us. It's one of the better rivalries in the MAC. We're going to have a real good crowd for this game, and we'll have to be ready to play. I mean, we're going to have to continue to play well to beat any team in the MAC. It's like you said, Marissa, a team that, you know, I think from looking at the MAC, kind of like what Gina was saying about the Women's League, it's pretty even, and on any given night you can get beat.
Since the last time that we saw you, you guys went 2-2, picked up wins against Niagara and Ryder. You had your Pink Zone game. Let's start with the Pink Zone game and how much money you guys raised and how successful, again, of an event that was.
Yeah, it was tremendous. Thank you to everybody that came out. You know, the Capital District really helped us again, and we're not sure the final numbers, but I'll just go on record saying that's probably over 25,000. So it was a wonderful event, and you know, so many people came out, and it was beautiful for the survivors, and you know, another great night.
What are you aiming for now next year? Because you guys seem to bump it up a little bit every year.
That's the steering committee. Sometimes they get a little crazy, you know. So I'm not sure what'll be the next goal, but I'm just really thankful for everybody coming out and supporting Capital Region Action Against Breast Cancer.
Gina, let's talk about the upcoming schedule. Some of these teams that you guys have seen already, and some you're seeing for the first time, the way the MAC schedule kind of shuffles out. Next up at St. Peter's, and then Marist at Manhattan, and home against Iona. One of these games at the Times Union Center. 2 of them are at the Arc. 3 of these 4 games are home games for you guys. I'm sure this team plays well at home. You got to feel good about that.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to being at home and playing at the Times Union Center. But St. Peter's and Marist, 2 distinctly different teams. You know, St. Peter's a team that really gets up into you, you know, and pressures you a little bit more. And Marist kind of like it's like a chess match with them, you know. So, you know, we have to be ready for both, and so we have to be ready for the pressure against St. Peter's, and we have to be able to defend well against Marist.